Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
So today what we are going to see is few more items to add to that payroll. So now I am going to go into a concept of something called shift guarantee. What this is about is, this is like example say, I am coming to work on Saturday or Sunday. It's like some amount is guaranteed because I am coming. Let's say example, this is suitable for certain days, like he needs to come from some place to the work just for 1 or 2 hours job and then he returns back. So we can have a fixed amount to say, if Sunday he comes to work, he needs to get over hours guarantee. Even if he works at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes, he should get a guarantee. That's called shift guarantee. I will show you how we create it. It's very simple. I am going to give the same name here. And I am choosing only Sunday. How many hours I am going to work? 3 hours. Whatever the hours he works, minimum if we will get anything below 3 hours. If he works, he will definitely get 3 hours. Then we have an option called reduce by amount late. What this means is my shift starts at 8 o'clock. If I come by 8:30 to work, I will get only 2.5 hours as guarantee. If I come at the proper time or if I come early, then 3 hours is guaranteed. But if I come late to my shift, say if I come 1 hour late to my shift and I leave after 30 or 40 minutes, only 2 hours will be late to me. That whatever the hours I am late, that will be reduced. So that's about shift guarantee. We have created a shift guarantee. We will map it later. So let's go to the next item. So next item, what I am going to show you is exceptions. Right now, we don't have any exception in our system. What exception means? We are assigning the employee with a shift. So if he comes late to the shift, we need to mark him as late. How we do is through exception. So let's concentrate only on the punches and only on the in punch and out punch. So exception leave very early and very late. Let's concentrate only on early and late. So in punch, I am not just giving 1 minute, I will give a 5-minute break to him. So if an employee is coming early up to 15 minutes, it's fine. I will not flag him anything. If he is coming before that, if it is 8 o'clock shift and he is coming before 7:45, it will flag him as he is coming very early. Because what can happen is, in some places, what people will do is they will swipe in early and they will go to cafeteria before their shift starts. They will spend half an hour or 1 hour time then, and then once their work starts, they will start their work and we should not be paying them that 1 hour. So to know that, to flag them and make the manager understand the employee has this exception, I am giving 15 minutes time for him. I am giving 15 minutes time. Before 15 minutes he can come but not beyond that. And late, I am just going to give him only 5 minutes time because he should be on the shift. It depends on the requirement. I am giving you just an example here. So if an employee is coming more than 15 minutes early to the shift, it will flag him. If he is late to shift just by 5 minutes, it will flag him. Let's go to the outpunch. I will give him outpunch late. Also, I will give him 10 minutes. Because sometimes people need to wait in the queue and then swipe out. So it will take 5 or 10 minutes late. So that's fine. But if he is leaving the shift early, before 5 minutes, it should flag him. So we have flagged that, and he can leave up to 10 minutes because sometimes they need to wait in the queue and swipe out. Some companies will have a huge chunk of employees. It will take at least 10 minutes to get them out. We can also make him even 15 minutes. It depends on the requirement. So right now, I will leave it like this and I will save it out. Short shift and long interval right now is not needed. Short shift means total hours. So if I am assigning 8-hour shift for an employee and if he is leaving within 2-3 hours, we can put a like if I put here as 4. If an employee leaves before 4 hours, for example, I am having an 8-hour shift today. But I am swiping in and out and I am leaving within 3.5 hours. It will show me short shift. It is again an exception. I will show you what it is. Let's leave it like this. And let me save and so we have created an exception also. Here itself we can see what our exception does. Long interval, short shift, we don't have anything. Very early, we don't have, but early is 15 minutes. If I, again here, early is fine, here it is 10. Okay. And also one more thing I missed to add it. We have a tick bar called unscheduled. We will just enable it. What this means today, if I don't have any schedule in my time card and I am punching in and out, it will flag me as unscheduled. Only if I am assigned to a particular shift, then only I should go out. Otherwise, I should come in and swipe out and get a payment. So if I am not assigned to a particular shift and I am coming in and out swiping, it will flag me as unscheduled. It will flag me as unscheduled, okay. Let me save and return again. That's only one thing we have added again. So we have completed shift guarantee and exception. So next, let me take you through the other item, which will have a few more configurations in it, which is bonus and deduction. So we are going through bonuses and deduction. So bonus and deduction, by the name itself, you know what it does. It will either add bonus hours or it will deduct hours from the employee. Okay. This is basically say if I want to give a bonus to an employee if he works 6 hours without break, or if he is working a certain number of hours for a day, or if he is working some hours on Saturday and Sunday, I need to give him a bonus. Or if an employee is working in a night shift, I want to give him a bonus. In night shift, we can provide an employee additional payment in different ways. This is one of the ways. Not just night shift, but say if an employee is working for a particular set of conditions, if he needs, I need to provide him some additional pay. Or I need to deduct some additional pay. In that case, bonus and deduction comes. What we need to do is, if it is a bonus, we need to give him a plus value. Plus value means it will take it as bonus. If you want to deduct some hours, you just need to give minus here, it will deduct. The color also will change. So I'll explain this in deep. Let me think of a scenario. So let's keep it like this. The employee has an 8-hour shift. 8-hour shift means with a meal break of 30 minutes. But that means it will make the shift as 8.5 hours. So in between he is taking a 30-minute break. So let's say the employee starts at 8 am and leaves by 4:30. In between, he can take a meal break of 30 minutes. Okay, so what we will do here is we are going to use the concept of deduction here. That means some people, what they will do is they will tailgate and they will not take the meal break. They will directly swipe in at 8 and leave by 4:30 so that they are getting 8.5 hours. Okay. In that case, what we can do is I will create this deduction stating 0. I'm going to deduct 30 minutes from the employee for all the days if he is not taking a meal break. How? First, I will just figure this based on the length of the shift or time of the day. There are 3 items. So let's start with the bonus itself. It will give you a better picture. It's easier, I will just give him a 30 minutes bonus. I'm just looking for a condition, what I can say. If he works on Saturday and Sunday for more than 10 hours. Saturday and Sunday itself is a weekend and we are giving him overtime for that. But still, if he works more than 10 hours on the day, I'm willing to give him another 30 minutes as bonus. And that 30 minutes I'm going to give him, in which pay code also I need to choose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a different overtime. Okay. Or I'll just give up some pay code from here. Something that you can differentiate and understand how it is triggering. Beyond standard pay code. That's what I'm just looking into it. Or just I'll give it as a meal allowance. Maybe like a meal allowance. I'll just give you. So if he's working more than he's coming, and like some companies, usually they do, if they come on the not regular working days, they will provide us with shift allowance and the meal allowance, right? Similar to that, this is looking a little bit clear. So I'll keep like this. I'll give him a meal allowance and I should. My condition is he should work more than 10 hours. Right? So I need to use, we have 3 items here, time of the day, length of the shift or pay code. So for our condition, we need to use length of the shift. Because only if he works 10 hours, we are going to give him a bonus. So what we need to give is minimum shift length to trigger should be 10. If he works 10, then only then this particular amount will be triggered. And then we have a locator. Locator means when he sees his paycheck. This 30 minutes will be added to what time? Okay, I am having a shift of example. I am having a shift from, let's pick our employee itself. what this locator means. I'm having a shift of 6 am to 4 pm, okay? If I cross 10 hours, I need to get bonus. But in my pay slip or my time card, what time it should show my bonus? The timing where it should trigger the bonus, if I give 4 hours, it will give me normal payment. And again, it will say 10 to 10:30 additional bonus hours. Like that. Example I'll show you. If you see this particular shift, if I punch in at 6 am and punch out at 4 pm and save it, we have an option to validate. We can check each employee when he has punched in and out. How means we need to click on Go To. Click on Go To. And there is an option called Rule Analysis. Go To and Rule Analysis. What this will do is nothing. This has nothing to do with any configuration. It will show us that particular date range when an employee has punched in. It will make it as different spans. First shift when an employee has punched in. He has punched in and first punch in. He has done. And the reason is he is starting his shift. And it will apply to this date. What is his payroll? What is his workload for that particular time? And it will see whether the overtime counter has been beat. Because he has punched in at 6 am, it is 3 hours. And again it is taking it as 9 am to 12 pm. It is saying that it is taking it as a different segment. Because for Saturday and Sunday, over 3 hours should be paid as overtime. Right? So it is taking it as that. So you see, this is where it is separating how much hours is regular, how much is overtime, how much is double time. You are seeing here, right? The first 3 hours it is giving him at regular rates. And it is these 3, the overtime counters are getting triggered. 3 hours is there as soon as these 3 is meted. Now on the next 3 hours is paid as. Again regular, because we have punched in at Wednesday. Okay, now if we come to this spam. This is just an explanation of what is happening. Oh, limit exceeded. Over 6 hours daily starting. So for normal hours, we have over 6 hours daily. So the next 2 hours is getting paid as. Okay, now that is regular. Okay, it is working fine. So, if you are testing it because I am a different employee, yeah, it is working correctly. Maybe in that place it is not showing it properly. Maybe for that one day. So rule analysis, basically what it will give you is, it will give you a span of each item. This is like separating each overtime and each item. Okay, so if you see here, when we give a locator, if you give some time, like if he crosses 10 hours, I need to give him a bonus. but the locator should be 4 means what will happen is, here there will be a new span added. Right after 4 hours of 6 am, it will add a span like 10 am to 10:30 am bonus. Like that. An additional span. What is more? Apart from what you see here, it is just an indicator. It is not much of important. I am just giving you overview what it is about. I will keep this over itself, so you will be able to see what it is doing. And we can also restrict it based on some timings. But right now we are not doing it. Any time of the day it can trigger if he is crossing the 10 hours. So let us keep it like this. And it is asking, do I need to cancel if he is taking a break? Because we are giving it as a bonus. So we do not want to cancel it if he takes a break. And then I am going to save. I will give you Australia FBA as a name. And I will save and return. So now bonus and reduction is completed. Shift guarantee completed. Exception completed. And bonus and reduction is completed. So next item which we will see is we will go through breaks. Break, as you know, as I said, the schedule itself. We can assign a break, but for the system to understand what our break is, and if an employee is taking more than the desired time, how to generate an exception for this. Everything depends on this break. So we will create a break. What this will have is, we will give a normal length and maximum length. So it is basically, even if you give maximum length, that is fine. Normal length means minimum length. To consider this as a break. We can have multiple breaks in our payrolls. So what happens is, some companies will have 2 breaks. Maybe they will give the employee a 15-minute free break and 1 hour meal break. So system to understand which is what break this condition helps the system to understand. Maybe for tea break, we can say that the normal length is 0 and maximum length is 15. That means if the employee is taking a break between 0 to 15 minutes, it will consider it to be a tea break. And for the same payroll, we will assign another break for meal, which will give the name as meal break, but we will give normal length as 16 and maximum length as 1, so that if the employee is taking a break between 16 minutes to 1 hour, the system will understand it is the meal break. So now let us take one break. I will just keep it a normal length as 0. Or what I will do is, minimum he needs to take a break of 15 minutes. So I will keep it as 15. And medium length is not needed. We can leave it like this, and the maximum length he can take is 30 minutes. So we are giving him a meal break. Australian FT meal break. So for meal break, he should definitely take minimum 15 minutes break and maximum up to 30 minutes. He should not come in within 5 or 10 minutes. So we are going to restrain him to take 15 to 30. And then we need to give a condition. What time? If needed, we can restrict them. At what time the employee should be able to take the break. At or after, this is related to 12 midnight. We just need to give the AM PM, that's it. If we give 9 here, he should be able to take break only after 9 am. If we give before 12 am, he should take the break before 8 am. It will restrict it. We can give both also. We can say here at or after 9, before 12. That means in between the time he should take breaks, okay? We are not going to give same payrolls for most of the population. Each shift employees will have different. Because night shift employees will have different payments. Obviously in any organization. Third shift will have a different payment. So that we need to configure as a different payroll only breaks. Even if you want to use the same break, we can use it. This is related to midnight. I can use schedule start. Irrespective of what the shift is, I can say that if a shift starts at some time, only after 4 hours he should be able to take breaks, and before 6 hours. So whatever my shift start time, from that it will calculate. After 4 hours I need to take a break, and before 6 hours, in that 2 hours time, I need to take a 30 minutes break. I can use schedule start. Okay. Some companies will have this kind of restriction based on schedule start. Actual start is nothing. Schedule start means 8 o'clock. Actual start means what time I am punching. If I am punching at 8 feet, from that it will consider this condition. After I have punched in 4 hours, I need to work. And after that only I should be able to take a break. Right now, let us leave like this itself. We are not going to make any changes. We will go with a simple item, 50 minutes minimum and 30 minutes maximum. Only then it will consider it to be the Australian FT meal break. And we can have an option and say whether we need to pay this break or not. Right now, we are going with a normal setup, where we will not be paying anything. So if you want to pay anything, even if the meal break is chargeable, we can give that amount here. If you give that 30 minutes here, the 30 minutes he is taking as a break will be paid. But usually companies will not do it. They will not pay for the breaks the employee is taking. So everything is done. Just 15 and 30 here, we are not putting any conditions. And we can also say that, as I said, this meal break. The employee should take a meal break 10 minutes, up to 30 minutes. So we are not giving any conditions to qualify this as a meal break. So if an employee, let's give it a 0. So whatever the time, we are giving only one break to the employee. So let's keep this. If an employee is taking from 1 minute to 30 minutes, the system will consider this as a meal break. But I'm going to give an exception limit here as 15. So that even if an employee is taking 10 minutes, it will allow him. But it will flag him as a short break. Even 1 minute, he can swipe out and come back. 1 minute to 30 minutes. But if he is taking less than 15 minutes of a meal break, it will send a reminder and alert to his manager that this employee has not taken a meal break properly. I'll show you what is the difference between giving 15 here and 15 here. Let's right now just keep it and save it here. If you see here, our meal break is coming. So our meal break is like the employee can take from 1 minute to 30 minutes also. And we are not paying anything. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.